Yo, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give call hello Yahweh, Bahashem, Mashiach, Yahushua, for giving me the spirit and power to do this lesson. Uh, this ain't like your ordinary lesson. This is on a different page, but I'm gonna title this "Never Trust Thine Enemies." We're gonna watch this video, and we're gonna go over this. We're gonna go over this video that happened about 3 weeks ago with Senator Marco Rubio. I want y'all to see how proud they still are, man. I titled it "Never Trust Your Enemies," but I want you to see how proud they are also. And in the video, how they mention us as slaves, man. They didn't mention us as Negroes, African Americans. They mentioned us as slaves, man. Us and our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters. So I want you to check this video out.
There is absolutely nothing dangerous or anything divisive about putting Americans first. Those who are offended, anyone who is offended about putting America first has forgotten what American is and what American means. American isn't the color of our skin or our ethnicity. Americans are people as diverse as humanity itself. But out of many, we are one. Because as the life story of our next Vice President, J.D. Vance, reminds us, we are all descendants of ordinary people who achieved extraordinary things. Who do we come from? We come from pioneers who ventured west to chase their dreams, to claim their right to the promise. Who do we come from? We come from pioneers who ventured west to chase their dreams, and slaves who overcame bondage to claim their right to the promise of America. We come from exiles who fled tyranny in search of freedom, and of immigrants who left behind all they had and knew because they could not be or achieve God's purpose for their life in the nation of their birth. That is an American.
So rewind. You hear the proud speech. That's actually what I should title this lesson. You hear this proud speech. America gonna go out blazing glory at the end of the day, man. America has no signs and not a bone in his body feel like he should give up, you know what I'm saying, or let the slaves go, or even humble himself after the Most High God has flooded the streets with judgment. With the brothers and sisters out there on the highways and byways, he don't care. He's still proud, man. This is a proud ass devil. And we see the crowd, man. Ain't nothing but heathens. You got a couple of coons in there. If you at one of these rallies, man, you a coon. I don't care what you say. But it is nothing but a whole bunch of proud Edomites, man. Starting with Marco Rubio. Right? So I want to touch on some key points in this video, man. Like I said, this is what this channel is about, dealing with news articles and so forth. But let's get the first part.
There is absolutely nothing dangerous or anything divisive about putting Americans first.
So stop right there. He said there's nothing wrong with putting America first after America has the horrible history of bombing little children, sex trafficking, the murder of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They murdered, they put the Negroes into captivity and made them pick cotton so that they have Tempur-Pedic beds as of today. When you hear people like Mathis Brothers Furnitures or Snow's Furniture, these are slave owner names because we was the ones picking that cotton. So why don't we own any mattress companies or couch companies or pillow companies? Right? We should be the ones that's owning that since we the ones who was picking it. but they're taking pride in putting that fire on us and actually being able to benefit today. The Hispanics, under the Brocero program, Hispanics was the only way they was allowed to come over here if they signed a contract to say that they will come over here and build the highways and the railroad tracks. So when you see all these different highways, you can look at the highway and it's 300 miles long. You know what I'm saying? They got roads called the Lonely Road, where it takes 2.5 hours just to get down this one road. When you got roads like that, Issachar built that, man. Blood, sweat, and tears. The trains that come in and out, import, export, Issachar built that. Right? The architect of the highways, how that one crosses over this one and goes under that. You still see to this day, Issachar is still building those. Our Native American brothers, hell, they took the land from them. You know what I'm saying? Then slaughtered them. You know what I'm saying? And then put them on reservations after that. So this is, you gotta ask, like, why are y'all still proud after everything you have done? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm making this for any bone in your body where you feel like all white people ain't bad. When we read Jeremiah chapter 49, and I am about to read that, the Most High said those who is not supposed to drink of that cup is still gonna drink of it, because they are carrying on the legacy of USA, USA, USA. They're not going against USA. They're by default benefiting off of it. All right, so let's keep going. You see that? He liked that. You know what I'm saying? He liked that. You know what I'm saying? That's a USA, that's a war chant. That's like a chant like, we took this shit over and it's ours now. That's what USA, that's what that means. That's a war chant. Like, y'all ain't about to do shit. You got to understand, the U.S. military is founded here in America, is founded off of the blood and the war of Reuben and Gad. How are you proud in your military? I was only able to form them to go against the Native Americans and, Reubenites in our Northern Kingdom brothers, because it was more than just Reuben and Gad. You had the Comanches, which was Mexicans, the Aztecs, the Mayans, Apaches, those was Mexicans. A lot of those tribes was Native Americans, that was actually Hispanic. That was actually Mexicans. It's actually the Issachar. Right? Those are the ones that will scalp you, and you know what I'm saying, they be doing all that, really, putting in work. But that's a war chant, man, and they still chanting this war, and they got these coon ass, Jacobs in there, a couple coons. Man, it's ridiculous, man. Being in 2024 and you still got black people sitting in this crowd talking about some USA. Look at these two right here, looking like straight goofies, man. Look at him right here, looking like a goofy. They look goofy as hell, especially after the Sonya Massey thing. Right? And not only just the Sonya Massey, it's another video going viral of a little boy. He was like 4 years old, or he was 8 years old. I know he was one of those. But the police, came to a domestic violence. The daddy was tripping out. He grabbed his son, put a knife up to his throat. Bro, the police just shot through the little boy, killed him, and then killed the father too. So, like, fuck we need you for? If that's all you was coming to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you still got coons talking about USA. USA. Most High definitely gonna get rid of these kind of people. That's a fact. This is the prophecy that goes with this is the prophecy to Isaiah. So when you go to Isaiah chapter 13, the Most High already told them, he already warned them. And certain of our people, they can't get away from the heathen because they're giving them they paycheck. That paycheck is good living, man. They can live wherever they want to. They can live in the midst of the rich white folks to make them feel like they something. That's why Jake, when they move out the hood, they go straight to fucking California and Beverly Hills and, or Texas in the white part of town. They always move there instead of creating their own communities. They got to go live amongst the Edomites to feel good. But this is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 11. And I will punish the world for their wickedness and the wicked, and the wicked for their iniquity. Salakia, read that again. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. In the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of the fierce anger. It says, verse 14. It's like in 1 second. Verse 14, and it shall be as a chase road. This is the point I want to get out of this chapter. This is a prophecy that's yet to be fulfilled, because he's talking about punishing the world, not just the Babylonians in the book of Isaiah, because Isaiah was in a Babylonian captivity, but he only punished the Babylonians, so this had to be a future prophecy. And it shall be as a chase road, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people. You see that? There shall every man turn to his own people. These are the ones that's going to try to go with Edomites, and Edomites is going to eat their ass for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, literally. There's a prophecy on that too. In 2nd Ezra chapter 16, precept upon precept, line upon line. So in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, I believe it is. No, it's 15. It's 15 and 56. It says, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, said the Lord, even so shall God do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. That means problems on top of problems. They have no idea. You can just tell by looking at them, they have no idea the problems that they about to suffer from. But guess what? They're going to suffer from this after Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble got to come first. Jacob's trouble is only for Jacob. Right? And then the great tribulation period where the world is going to have to, the world is going to have to worry about the MOTB, starve, food shortages, and pestilence. And that's when the Lord going to get a hold of them. But it says, deliver thee in mischief, verse 57, thy children shall die of hunger. See, it says, he's talking to the nations that did Israel bad. He says, I'm going to do you the same way you did my chosen people. You know what I'm saying? Giving them diseases, which they do today. That's why you got words like FDA, Food and Drug Administration. They're poisoning the food. There's no reason why food and drugs should go into the same sentence. It just shouldn't. Right? But they poison the food. We know this already. But it says, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down. While they chanting USA and Donald Trump and all that, Donald Trump is about to abandon all of these sloppy ass heathens, man. He says, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. See, the majority of these people standing in these crowds, the military gonna wipe them out, because they so proud. You can see how proud they are. The military is gonna wipe them out, and Trump gonna be somewhere in a bunker. Why this lady right here holding the Trump sign? You know what I'm saying? They putting their faith in, and that's cool. We don't care about the heathen, but they putting their faith in the people that's already forsook them. They're setting them up. They're rousing them up so that they can go into a civil war, so they can leave them behind, right? Because you under the word of population control. So it says, verse 58. This is the point I want to get. They that be in the mountain shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hungry of bread and thirst of water. Now, I believe too that just speculating through the Spirit, speaking as a man of the Most High God, I think that it's gonna be like that with Jake that trying to go with them. When Jake try to go with them, instead of sacrificing their own children, at first, they're gonna be eating, Jake. You know what I'm saying? I believe that a lot of them Edomites is actually going to be hunting down, looking for Jake to kill him and eat him. And they actually put that in that TV show, Us, The Last of Us. This is the only church in the whole town. It was a church, and they was going to go get people. They was actually going to go kill deer, and they was bringing them back. And they was showing them in front of everybody, like, we about to go cook them. But they actually cooking the people that died of church. That's some Edomite shit right there. Right. So going back to Jeremiah chapter or Isaiah chapter 13, it says, "And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own country, own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword." So we know that the Most High God is talking through Isaiah to the Israelites. So he says, if you be joined with them, who? The Babylonians at the time. But like I said earlier, this prophecy wasn't fulfilled. So it's talking about the modern day Babylonians, which is the virgin daughter of Babylon, going back to the book of Revelation. In the book of Revelation, talking about the last ruling kingdom before the Israelites rule. And when we match up prophecy, these people are the last ruling kingdom before the kingdom of heaven is established in its fullness. These people. So in the book of Isaiah, it's talking about these people. When it says everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that joined themselves unto them, these people, in these last days, because I can say this, it will be a natural thing to think white people will be better off in horrible times than black people. They're not about to come looking for a group of black people. That's what they thinking. Like, if having hope in society, which they are going to have hope in society. The book of Revelation talk about that. They're going to want to cleave to white people that, where they can get up, where they can get some better assistance, more assistance, whatever. A group of black people, they're going to do you like they did you in Hurricane Katrina. Straight up. And we know what they was doing to them in Hurricane Katrina. They was actually sending FEMA out to kill them. Right? Brother Hezekiah, the General Hezekiah, he come from New Orleans when Katrina happened. He'll tell you. They was shooting at them. They was trying to kill them, man. All that was a setup, man. So it says, if you be joined with them, you're going to fall by the sword. That's what's going to happen to these people. This is a prophecy, man. This is what's going to happen to our people that join themselves. And they're already joining themselves unto them, if you look. But let's keep going.
Those who are offended, anyone.
You see how proud they are, and they don't even see that America's falling. I got to get this precept right quick. So when you go to Revelation chapter 18, right? They don't even know Revelation. I mean, they don't even know that. They don't even know that America's in the book of Revelation, but they don't even see. These kind of people don't see America falling. This nigga, Senator Marco Rubio, he definitely know. He knows the ins and outs. He knows everything that's going on, man. It's certain people in the Senate, they know what's going on. They can't do nothing about it. Like, even if they had a good heart and wanted to, tell the people or make a move to help certain people, they can't do nothing. Because we already know what them elites will do to them. And the elites, they don't live in America. That's a fact. None of the elites live in America. So, Revelation chapter 18 and verse 21. I'm going to start at 20. It says, "Rejoice over her, thou heaven and ye holy apostles and the prophets, for Yahweh have avenged you on her." That's what we waiting on, to be avenged, to be taken out of this place. All this how are you still proud to be an American? After everything you did to get America and all of the humiliating facts that we are watching, you be exposed for. The stuff like, nigga, y'all won't even leave us alone. And y'all proud to be an Americans. Y'all niggas won't, because y'all know we better than y'all. We're going to flourish the moment y'all leave us alone. And, probably fucking 1/3 of your people going to try to follow us wherever we go. So what do you got to be proud of? That's what and like one thing we do, this is an ancient technique. I don't want you to think like that. When we be talking shit to white people out there on the highways and byways, that, what I'm saying, we just picking on a little guy. We actually, this is how it goes. You wage war with the peasants, and it's going to go up the food chain. They're going to be mad, and they're going to be talking about it to somebody else, and maybe somebody else is going to hear it, and then they start talking about it. Or maybe they're going to be talking to the right person that's going to take it to somebody else. And it's going to go up the food chain, and now they hear what we're saying. That's how it always been. We can't go in front of these people. We don't know where they at. They safely guarded. They got the CIA with them. All of that. You know how they go. You know what I'm saying? They'll kick us off the property as soon as they seen us. So we get our message through without any problem by waging war with the peasants. Now, when I say waging war with the peasants, I'm talking about through Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. Because when Yahweh Shah comes is when it's wartime. Right? So rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And this the little peasant, stupid, idiot people like this, they don't even see that their country is falling. They don't even see that Amazon, Amazon, Walmart, Quick Trip, all of these big companies, they're all fucking lazy. Nobody honors their work anymore, man. No owners of buildings is getting drunk and sleeping in a fucking car and at the job. They don't know. Nobody knows what's going on, man. But we do. That's why we bring this out. They're falling. I'm not talking about falling as in towers falling. When I say falling, I'm talking about the order, the arrangement. Nobody's honoring the Constitution anymore. All of this is Bible prophecy. Civil unrest, famine, pestilence. All of this is a part of it. And this is the same thing that happened in ancient Rome before it fell. Right? And this is where Nero was able to burn down Western Rome and blame the Jews. And that's where the tribulation of Peter and all them came in. He blamed the Jews, man. He burned down Rome and blamed the Jews, man. And this is what we coming upon. You know, when you always in a crisis, a time of crisis, you need someone to blame. You need somebody to be mad at. And guess who they gonna be mad at? Guess who they gonna be blaming? And you know how Esau is when he like to blame people. He like to give them the harshest judgment they could ever have. And then here it is. This nigga, this hypocritical ass nigga that did the worst of the worst. But he's sitting in judgment seats, judging people, telling them what they can and can't do, telling them how much time they gonna get. When he did the far more, nobody's in the judgment seat judging him, but that's what we're waiting on, for him to get judgment. Right? That's what we're waiting on. So I'm gonna read 21 again. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon, America, be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. And I use the same analogy. One thing about a millstone is when you throw it in an ocean, or you throw it in the ocean, it's gonna go down fast and it's gonna go down hard, man. And you're not gonna see it no more at all unless you go down there and get it. And nobody plans on, that's a fact. Everybody wants, all nations in this time and day want to see America fall, except these corny ass people who don't know what's going on. All right, let's keep going.
Anyone who is offended about putting America first has forgotten what American is and what American means.
Basically, you must have forgot what we did for you. We freed y'all. We freed the slave, because that's what it's all about. Who else has this mentality where he says, anybody's offended about what we said about America, you must have forgot. Like, what are you talking about? The only people that can be on that side of the stick is blacks, Hispanics, and Negroes. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Them is the ones. This is who this message is for. You can hear it in his speech. Who else will be ashamed to be Americans?
American isn't the color of our skin or our ethnicity. Americans are people as diverse as humanity itself. But out of many, we are one. Because as the life story of our next Vice President, J.D. Vance, reminds us, we are all descendants of ordinary people who are...
So this is where the chants and the sorcery come in. They always play this race card when it comes to skin color don't matter, and race doesn't matter. That's what they always harping on. We all one people, but they only saying that because they're at the top already. I would say that too, just to keep people comfortable and making sure they're still being a slave and going and do that 9 to 5 every day. I would say the same stuff. I'm like, nah, bro, we all good, bro. I'm not no better than you. I would tell you that if that would help you stay a slave. What the hell? You can't say that to people who you may build everything and then give them shit for it. Not only that, you won't even let them go. So this is like the fact that he has to say that. That's how you know it's a problem. It's like, why do you even have to say that? Right? Why on a dollar it says, "In God we trust," but they don't do anything. God, they don't uphold none of the laws in the Bible. But on the back of the dollar it's saying, "God we trust." These are idiots, man. That's why I tell the Most High said in Isaiah chapter 47 that the wisdom of Esau have perished, man. Like these niggas is so stupid. Like they don't even understand. Even when it comes to their military, they allowing trannies and homosexuals to join a military, and that's making them weak, right? And they're with their education, you got fucking drag queens showing up to the schools and reading books to the little children. That's making them weak. What happened? With the boxing match, it was the women was boxing. And one of the women was actually a man, a tranny, and fractured the girl's skull. That made him. That's stupid as hell. Y'all putting men. Here it is, a nigga can go to jail for hitting his wife, for even pushing her, but y'all are putting professional fights, professional domestic violent fights, in the ring and making money off of it. This dude fractured her skull, but because she got a sex change, she's known as a woman now. So she can fight another woman. This nigga still got the testosterone. This nigga still got the muscles. His bone structures is still stronger. His ability to take on punches is stronger. All of these things makes America weak, man. That's what makes a country weak, man.
Achieved extraordinary things.
So Salaki, I want to read the scripture before I continue. So this is Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 12. He says, "Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries." So I want to get what the word enchantment is. So when you go to the word enchantments, of course, I'm going to go to the etymology.com. Etymology.com. So when you go to etymology.com, it's the best dictionary out, I'm telling you. So etymology.com, it says enchantment. It says act of magic or witchcraft. And a perfect example of magic or witchcraft is zodiac signs. Is when you just ate a damn burger and you watching TV and the ads pop up and it's a damn Sonic ad and they're giving a deal on a number 2, playing with just meat and cheese, and they got a large fry next to it, and they got the drink and the free chocolate sundae with it, and now all of a sudden you hungry again. That's witchcraft and sorcery, right? Witchcraft and sorcery is drugs, putting cocaine and creating it into crack. That's an enchantment. That's sorcery. That's witchcraft. Those are warlocks that can put those drugs together. And guess what? Esau was giving Jake 30 years for one rock of crack. But then here it is. We coming out of slavery. We don't know how to put those kind of compounds together. Like, let's just be real here. We're not, according to them, we're not smart. So how is it we was able to put those compounds together like that? Being also, it was the majority of us smoking it. And not only that, you got to think of it like this. This is how you know it's sorcery and witchcraft too. The smokers, they'll come up on let's say $1,000. They'll come up on $1,000. Instead, this is how you know it's sorcery and witchcraft. Instead of going to go buy some cocaine and making their own crack to smoke it, their mind tells them to go to the sorcerer. Their mind tells them to go to the warlock. You know, it's like going back to the witch. That's what that is, man. Man, this shit come from Esau, bro. He put that on, and he tried to do the same thing with opioids, with ice, you know, that Gucci, and it backfired. Now you don't see nothing but white people out there. And I know wherever you from, you see nothing but white people out there on the streets. You barely even see. You see Jake out there, but you don't see him like you see Esau. That nigga out there tripping because it backfired. It's time for the curses to be placed on the heathens. So it says, magic spell, a song. It can be a song, right? I believe. So USA could be you know, I said it was a war chant, but it can be a enchantment. But I do think it is. It's a war chant. That's what I think it is. It's a war chant. Right? It gets all the other Americans, like, you know, they get them all amped up, like USA. And we just seen it. They got louder and louder. It says chorus. I believe it's the same thing. Bewitch, charm. We know the point. It says allurement, like alluring somebody in, like luring them in. Incantation, I know that's the same thing as enchantment. But yeah, that's what that is. So when you go to Isaiah chapter 47 and 12, stand now with thine enchantments, their sorcery, their witchcraft, their magic that they've been performing, and people are starting to break free from the enchantments of Babylon the Great, man. Even the heathens, right? You got heathen Edomites taking every opportunity they can to expose America. What we know as whistleblowers, right? And the scriptures says their own tongue shall fall upon them. So Isaiah chapter 47 and 12, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, right? Since you came back into rulership, which is your youth, the beginning of your rulership, that's your youth. You've been using these practices on different nations, and it's been getting you where you are today. And I know that's what makes them happy, right? They honor that. They really stand in it. Straight up. It says, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so thou mayest prevail. He said, keep doing it, and maybe you can prosper. Maybe you can, you know, you can get like me, because you know the Bible says that Esau in his mind, he think that he's God. So he said, keep doing it, and maybe that'll help you get to where you need to get. Then he says, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Right? You're doing all these you sacrificing all these people, right? Men and women, you sacrificing these animals, right? You calling on Satan, asking for answers, right? It says, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm it, nor fire to sit before it. So the Most High God is making a huge threat. He says, you better use all that for what I'm about to bring upon you. And you got these dumb niggas sitting here talking about some USA being proud and having no idea what's about to hit them.
Who do we come from? We come from pioneers who ventured west to chase their dreams.
So this is another point that like pissed me off. He said we come from pioneers, which he's talking about the cavalry. You know, he's talking about Cristobal Colon and them. He said we come from pioneers that ventured to the west. Like adventure, he ventured. Like they didn't know somebody. Like they didn't know people was over here, basically. But the next part is the craziest.
And slaves who overcame bondage to claim their right to the promise of America.
So he called them slaves. He didn't say the Native Americans, which we know that's who he's talking about. He didn't say the so-called Negroes, which we know that's who he's talking about. He didn't say the Hispanics. He didn't even give it that much respect. He damn sure ain't gonna say the Israelites, God's chosen people. So that right there should show you that they liars. We know by now they know who we are. If we're claiming to be those people, why you can't respect us and just call us those people? You know, they want to be called certain things. It's certain things that we can't do, you know, or it's a sign of disrespect. Why they can't have the same respect? Because they don't care, man. That's why they saying USA the way they are. That damn war chant.
Pioneers who ventured west to chase their dreams, and slaves who overcame bondage to claim their right to the promise of America.
He says slaves that claim their right to the promise of America. This nigga called them slaves on CNN alive. He's the senator of Florida, man. And you know Florida, them niggas, bro, them niggas are worse when it comes to sentencing people. They will sentence you for 100 years for nigga putting like for anything. Like if you were an accessory to anything, like bro, it's just harsh crimes, harsh punishments in Florida for the littlest things. They try their best to nail Jake to the cross in Florida, man. And he's a part of that, man. He knows what's going on. He basically calling you ungrateful if you're not proud to be an American through this whole video, this minute and 50 seconds. He's calling you, you know, you okay, you want to act like that? You a heathen to us, and so and so and so and so. That's how they feel, man, calling you a slave on live TV.
We come from exiles who fled tyranny in search of freedom, and of immigrants who left behind all.
Like, if you look at these people, man, these people don't have a clue what's about to happen or where their history goes back to. It's, man, I wish it would be the perfect time for any brother that's in the truth, that's teaching sound doctrine, to get up on that podium and actually just bring out just 5 scriptures, put them in the perfectest order they can, the most perfect order they can, man, and just read them and just don't even break them down. Just tell them, okay, Esau is you. You're Esau according to the Bible. And don't give them no more info, and read those scriptures and watch how they act. They spirit gonna say they Esau. They spirit is gonna say it. But Trump, they king, he's the reason for all of this. And that's why they're so proud, because they've been waiting on a king like Donald Trump to come back and reclaim, so-called reclaim America. So when you read Sirach chapter 17 and 17, for in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. And they found the man who they wanted to be their ruler, which is Donald Trump. He the one that's got them back proud and ready to, put your ass back in slavery. All right, you got shit here. You got Negroes around here, Hispanics and Native Americans out here, knowing damn well make America great again has nothing to do with them. And in fact, it does. But they gonna get the shit in of the stick. But it says, for in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion. Right? You can't go and join unto the heathen and thinking that everything is going to be all good, because in the scriptures it tell you that the Most High God is a jealous God. He's a jealous God. And he tell you in Ezekiel chapter 20 and 32, he says, and that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all. The thing that you thinking is how it's going to go down is not going down like that. You think you're just about to join forces with the heathen and then die of an old age like everything is all good? That's not happening. It says that ye say, this is what we say, Jacob, we will be as the heathens, as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone. And this is a form of that. Worshiping a man like Donald Trump, man. Saying make America great again, the most wickedest kingdom on earth. The Lord said in verse 33, as I live, said the Lord. This is just like how Jake saying on my mama. The Lord says, as I live, said the Lord. He says, surely with the mighty hand and with the stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. It ain't happening. The Lord knows exactly what to do to break all this. He ain't even worried about the heathen because I know he rubbing his hand together like Birdman about to break them in pieces. And that's what it tell you in Jeremiah chapter 49. I'm gonna finish this.
All they had and knew, because they could not be or achieve God's purpose for their life in the nation of their birth. That is an American.
So slaves that earned their right in America, that's what it's like being American. That's what he finished it off saying. Bruh. 2/3 of our people, bruh, they got to go. They are beyond repairable. So this is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 7. And I'm starting with 7 because it's to show that this is where it first started talking about Esau. The rest of this is talking about Esau. So starting at verse 7, concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? You see that? The Most High, hey, this is the same thing. Latter day prophecies. He's asking a question about the wisdom that they once possessed that they don't have anymore. Right? That's why everything Elon Musk is doing is breaking down, malfunctioning. Bill Gates, everything he's doing is breaking down and malfunctioning. Right? Nobody's buying the impossible food that he created. Right? Because his wisdom is perishing, and his own people is exposing him for his gimmicks. Right? So he's been exposed by all his schemes, right? But Jacob will not be, they won't be affected by these schemes. And I'm not talking about these coon ass niggas out here on the video. I'm talking about the ones that believe in Yahweh and they put their wholehearted trust in him. We don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. Their games, their schemes that they have plotted against us. When you read the book of Job, chapter 5, and verse 19, it says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Right? We're only going to have to worry about the backlash of what the world is suffering from. Right? Because the scriptures tell us it's a blessing to be in these times of danger. It's going to be dangerous, but it's a blessing because we get to see the downfall of our enemies. And that's what it says in Sirach chapter 25. Right? It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death. Right? We're going to eat according to Isaiah 65. And in war from the power of the sword. Right? That's 2 Ezra chapter 15. It's going to be a whole bunch of war out here. And like I said earlier, the majority of them Edomites out there and Jake that's in that crowd, the sword is going to knock, man, the military going to run through them, man. It's going to be a sweep. Team sweeper. For they dumbass, they ignorance, man. If they knew that America has already, failed, according to Bible prophecy, the Bible already said that America has failed back in the time of John the Revelator. Them niggas failed before they even knew that they was Americans. Like the heavens already declared that America failed. Like, nigga, there was nothing you can do. But if they knew that, they wouldn't be chanting USA the way that they are. They wouldn't be doing it. So it says, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. And that's what we're looking at right here. Them threatening us, telling us that, we anti-Semitic and all of this shit, but then here they can go out here and freely say this and then lean on the Second Amendment. Right? There's another video. His name is like Victor Skavek. And he was like, he was going in about the Second Amendment and how blacks, we should be thanking them because blacks they're free to bear arms and they made that possible for us. And it's like, bro, what about World War II? I believe it was the Vietnam War. It was the Vietnam War where they were sending Jake over there with no guns as shields on the front line while white men hiding behind them. And the ones that did survive and they came back, they was pulling them off the trains. Jake couldn't even get off the train. They was pulling them off the trains and beating the hell out of them. See, that's the kind of history we remember, but they don't want to remember. That's the shit they want us to let go. And it ain't happening. So it says, Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. And that's what we're doing now. We're seeing the destruction and famine coming. And we're laughing at it because we trust in the Most High God at the end of the day. And He's our God and none else. We have that power. We have that ability. He says, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth, because it's going to be a lot of that. We go over that all the time. The animals, the people, everybody's about to go crazy. It's going to be spirits on everything. It's going to be some final destination type shit we're approaching. Right? And the scripture says, blessed is the man who survives through that, and even more blessed is the man that dies before that happens. Then it reverses it and saying, even more blessed is the man that survives through the danger, and blessed is the man that don't have to worry about it. So either or, you will be blessed. Jacob. But the heathen, there's no blessings for them in the times that we're coming upon. Straight up. So going back to Jeremiah 49, he says, verse 8, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan. So when you read about Esau in the scriptures, I don't know if you know this, but it's a footnote. But when it says from Teman to Dedan, Teman is at the top of Edom and Dedan is at the bottom. So he's like, I'm talking about the whole country of Edom. Teman is at the very top, Dedan is at the very bottom. That's why he mentioned Teman in 7, the wisdom perishing, and he told them to flee them of Dedan. So flee Teman, to perish, you stupid now you have to flee. Teman, Dedan, from the top to the bottom of Esau. So it says, flee ye back, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. And he tell you in Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel, he said the same anger that you had towards, the world, that's the same anger that I'm going to have towards you. This nigga is jacked. Like he's done. Think about it. The Lord said the same anger you had towards my people, that's the same anger I'm going to put on you that I'm going to have with you. Bro, still to this day, there's no mercy. Look at Sonya Massey, man. I know you probably tired of hearing that shit, but that's our reality, bro. That lady, that was a woman. Like she could have, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, the Most High wanted her back. But think about it, man. Like they took her life like it wasn't nothing. Then they outside of her house while she's dead. Hurry up and try to yellow tape it so nobody could go in and see. We seen the video, man. They was scared, man. But at the same time, they knew they had reinforcements. They knew they had backup, which is the government. These people like this dude, that's gonna back them up. Somebody is approving these niggas to get paid time off and not being charged with murder. It's people like this nigga, Marco Rubio, who got these proud ass speeches. It's niggas like him, man. Straight up. So in Jeremiah chapter 49 and 9, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaming grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. And that's how it's always been since the ancient time. Like me, when I was younger, me and my cousins, when we used to break in people's house, our desire is not to take everything. Our desire is to get the most valuable things, jewelry, TVs, things that you can resell and make money off of. Esau takes everything. That's what the Bible is saying about Esau. He says, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaming grapes? Yeah, you're not about to take everything. You're just going to take a whole bunch of what you need. But you're not going to take every single thing. I don't want your couch, bro. I don't want your work boots. Esau will take the work boots, man. He'll take that. You got that loaf of bread where it got 2 pieces in it and it's wrapped up. You got the front and the butt and it's wrapped up and nobody wants it. Esau will take that shit. It says, but I have made Esau bare. And this is what we're looking at. Esau is bare, man. So I want to get the word bare. Most I said, I have made Esau bare. So it says bare, naked, uncovered, right? And that's why they're being exposed for all the things that they're doing, because the Most High God is using his people and our people to expose him for everything he's doing. That's why there's a lot of civil unrest. That's why there's a lot of bucking up against the to reinforce the police, officers. You know, a lot of these Trump supporters, they the ones that's really gonna get shit cracking. They the ones that's gonna get everything, the hostility going. Trump supporters, and we hope they do that. We get tired. Like no matter where we going, no matter what the Most High is in store for us, we're tired of being here. And I know you tired of being here. So it says, but I have made Esau bare, meaning naked. I uncovered him, right? And when you go to Salakia, I gotta bring this out too, because this is gonna help put the scripture I just brought out together, right? So when you go to the first one I went to was bare, right? So the Most High said in verse 10, but I have made Esau bare, which is naked, uncovered. So when you go to the book of Job, chapter 33, see, it says, this is Job 31 and 33. If I covered my transgressions as Adam by hiding mine iniquity in my bosom. So when it's talking about, when it said Adam was naked, it was talking about him being in sin. So when it says I have made Esau bare, meaning I have revealed his sins, what he's doing, how he's poisoning the people through these restaurants, how he's trying to create a new world order and make everybody get Mark of the Beast chips in their right hand or their forehead. How he's, the money that he's using to, that, for people, when people pay taxes, the money he's using it for, they're being exposed for that. They're just being exposed for all of their iniquity, man. And this is the Most High speaking in the book of Jeremiah. He said he had made Esau bare, meaning he's uncovered his sins. He's showing the world his sins. Why do you think Russia? You think Russia just all of a sudden decided to expose what the Messiah and the apostles look like? No, he see us doing it and is rousing him up to make him want to do it too. Because that's just how it always is. Everybody's going to follow after the Israelites. Now, he don't want us to rule either, but that was a chess move of the Most High God, man. But he says, but I had made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. All his secrets, like ultimately the mark of the beast. When he want to, chip the whole world. He want to be as God and control the whole world, read their minds, track where they're going. He want to be like God, like the scriptures say, Obadiah. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. Right? We no issue, and there's nothing you're going to be able to, say to get yourself out of this. It says his seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy father's children. I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. You see that? It's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be a lot of fatherless children and a lot of widows. And it says, let those widows trust in me. And how do you, how would heathens do that? By simply taking on the hem of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard God is with you. They're going to trust that we're the Israelites. They're going to trust the Most High that we are the real Israelites. That's what he has coming. A whole bunch of fatherless children and wives, ex-wives is what are called widows, that's going to be cleaving onto the Israelites. It says, for thus said the Lord, behold, they whose this is the point I want to get. They whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. What cup is it talking about? When you go to Jeremiah chapter 51, you go to Jeremiah chapter 51, a couple chapters over in verse 7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. So it's talking about this cup that you're drinking is judgment. So those that was not supposed to drink of the cup of judgment in Jeremiah 49 is still going to drink of it. All them heathens that be saying, it wasn't me, it was my forefathers. But then here it is, you still chanting USA. Here it is, you still living off the benefits. Right? There's certain jobs that pays very good that Esau won't even put on the menu because they pass these jobs down to their children. There's certain jobs you just will never find, and you be like, damn, this building been here for a long time, and you see people working there, but it's like you will never get the opportunity to work there because they didn't put it on the list, like not Craigslist, Indeed, or jobs for hire on Google, or temp service that you go to. They don't put them on there because they pass these jobs down to their children, and these are good jobs, man. These are fun jobs. Fun jobs while you get paid. They're just not gonna do that, man. They pass them down to their children. So, nigga, you gonna drink of that cup too. It says, "For thus said the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?" You think you gonna go unpunished because you wasn't exactly the children that did what you would know what your forefathers did to my chosen people? He says, "Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it." You gonna drink of that cup, man. And it's like the scripture say, you gonna throw down. That's what it tell you in Obadiah. So in Obadiah chapter 1, when you go down to the bottom, I believe this is it. Yep. It says, "For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, starting with the chief adversary Esau. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually." What? The wrath of the Lord, that cup of judgment. Yeah, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. So the Lord is telling you, you're going to drink of this cup of judgment and you're going to swallow all of it. You got that bitter ass cup, that you don't want to drink, but you need to drink it, right? Whether it's salt and lemon water, whatever, and it's potent, and you don't want to drink it, but you got to. That's going to be the heathen. And they're going to drink all of it, thus said the Lord, just like we had to drink. We can't get out of this captivity. We literally got to wait on the Lord to deliver us. That's how he set it up. Straight up. So going back to Jeremiah chapter 49. So 49 and oh yeah, that was it for that. I don't want to make this lesson too long, but that's what you see, man, when dealing with these heathens. And for the most part, I'll say this: for the most part, we don't like to sit and watch these kind of videos about the sinning because we feel like we know they already talking about. But I'm showing you what they talking about. It's a small little clip too. This is what they be talking about, bro. This is how proud they still are. Being that Russia is on the Alaskan coast, being that China is on the California coast, these niggas are still being prideful. The Bible says it was declared in the heavens that you was going to get nuked. We're telling them that, and they're still prideful. The Most High said your judgment is going to come in one day, and they're still prideful. They're still talking about USA, USA, and that's how you know they don't know what's going on. Even though we telling them. So they just as stupid as the 2/3 Jake, man. They just as dumb. So this is Revelations chapter 18 and verse 5. It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities." That's why they always try to say, it don't matter skin color. We all the same people. You have to let it go because they don't want things like that to be remembered. So it's definitely not by the Most High God. They hoping the Most High God forgot too, but the Most High God ain't forgot. He just told you in the book of Revelation. He says, "For God have remembered her iniquities." And then he told the angel, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled to her double. You see it keep talking about this cup of judgment. Man. It says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. And this is what we're looking at in that video. Glorifying herself and living deliciously. That's why they chant USA, because they feel untouchable. They feel like it ain't nothing you can do. That's how they feel. That's how they really feel, man. And that's what the Bible even says. That's how they feel. This is how we know who Esau is, man. Through the whole, man, through prophecy. Come on now. Who else is proud enough to be Esau in the Bible except these people? Who's proud enough? For the most part, Ishmael, that nigga rich as hell. He just want to be left alone. He just want to do his thing. Just stay out of my country. You know, the Russians, the Most High God is using them as of now. He's putting his hooks, you know, in his jaws and pulling them wherever he want them to go because it's about that time. But before that, the Soviet Union, man, they wasn't on nothing. These nations wasn't on nothing. They wasn't as prideful as this nigga. Telling another country that America is not going to tolerate this, and this. Putting sanctions on other countries. If you don't know what a sanction is where I tell you there's no buying or selling or anything until I figure out if you got weapons of mass destruction. That's what that is. That's what a sanction is. And using that through complete wickedness by simply another country not accepting Cheetos, another country not accepting the homosexuality in a country, or not accepting MOTB ultimately. Putting sanctions on them saying that they got weapons of mass destruction. Nigga, you got weapons of mass destruction. Like you the stupidest. You are dumb. That's like taking a knife to a gunfight. Like, it's just not happening, bro. You got all these weapons, but nobody else can have it. And then here it is, you nuking countries with babies and all this. And we supposed to trust that you ain't gonna do nothing. You just want to be the only one to put fear in people. Straight up. So the Lord said, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. This is what we're looking at. Live deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she hath said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That's why you're looking at these Edomites, you're looking at these heathens. Even Jake, they got heathen mind. That's why they chanting USA, USA, because she say, I sit as a queen and am no widow. The widow is like nobody has ever tried to invade us. Nobody has ever took us down. Nobody's ever punked us. That's what it's talking about when it's talking about I sit as a queen and no widow. Straight up, it says, and shall see no sorrow. Meaning ain't nobody gonna do nothing to us. That's why the people are so proud. Because America has never been invaded. It hasn't been threatened to be put down. But then Captain, he brought out the video where they just announced to the public. Let me see if I can pull this video up. They announced to the public how America has no idea what's about to come. They have no idea. So it's a recent video we did. Oops, lock it. Let me click on the page. It's a recent video we did. Captain did. Let me get it. Tools and techniques. Sorry, 5. Have you seen this? Yeah, this is the video right here.
The good news for the black man is that he is on the verge of recapturing his position as ruler of the universe. The bad news for the white man.
Man, that's what you need. You don't need to focus on that. What's that?
We're trying to uphold this glamorous social media image.
Right. They're trying to get famous on TikTok. Mm-hmm. Right. That's what they're trying to. Easy targets to say the thing. That's the. They don't agree that their husband, they don't want their husband to do it. Then that second greatest commandment is like to the first one.
Find a video.
Hey, can you jump down to 24? Because I had this same precept you got. You
know, something like that, it makes me feel good.
A sanctuary is not going to.
You see, they speaking in
trying to get money, trying to get. They're not ready, and they're going to. focus on that. What's that?
Man, you can go. It's on. You can see it right here. CBS News, CBN News. U.S. prepared for devastation future war with Russia and China, and they was going over how America has no idea what's about to hit them. But then here it is. They in this damn auditorium chanting USA like America ain't about to go down. That's they dumbass fault, man. That's their fault, man. Because America's definitely going down. Most definitely, and we can't wait. We cannot wait for this to go down, man. If you want America to last any longer, the kingdom of heaven probably ain't for you. We want this place to go down yesterday. That's a fact. All right, so it says, verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judged her. And this is the proof. This is how we're going to know how real the Most High is, because these things going to happen. He says, the plagues is going to come in one day. That's how fast it's going to come upon the earth. It says death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord who judges her. And we know the Most High ain't playing. The fact that he woke us up. He kept his word. So him nuking this country, don't keep his word, man. And that's what we waiting on, man. Aparatazai happens sooner than later, man. But that's all I got for that lesson, man. I just wanted to touch on that video a little bit. Aparatazai, you was edified, even if it's just a little bit. Shalom.